all you young people out there, I want to tell you of a great neurochemical conspiracy that is angling in your head to draw you in to a particular pattern of life. I'm not going to go into any details because this is a really tricky subject. It's much more sensitive than talking about money, which is something I never talk about with anybody. Largely because if I talk about money and I give people advice, which I'm a terrible person to do it, and then they follow my advice and it fails, then only breeds negative feelings. So this is even far worse because this the concepts related to this can lead to complete lifestyle shifts and changes in direction that could leave you feeling abandoned and lonely later in life. And I certainly don't want to bring that upon anybody. However, I do want to tell you that there's a neurochemical conspiracy going on inside your head, men and women both, and it will, if you heed it, it will give you a life that will have rewards of its own, very fulfilling ones, and for many, reward enough. But for others, maybe lacking something. And I see those people sometimes, here in Japan especially. Just now I saw one. That's the reason I started the video. Just walking along and I'm reading things into it that may not be there. The man, a business salaryman, had his head hung low and walking with dogged steps and and slouched shoulders. And it could be 1,000 reasons for that. He just could have had a bad morning. He could be a little bit ill. He could have been a little bit hungover from last night. Who knows? But I suspect that there are a percentage of those who are simply, as Thoreau would have said, living a life of how did he say it? The massive men lead lives of quiet desperation. That's it. The quiet desperation that comes of having followed the path laid out before you by your neurochemistry, and then having your brain hint at alternatives that exist before you, and you are able to follow those alternatives if you like. But I'll warn you of this: if you follow those alternatives, the part of your brain that wanted you to do otherwise will likely punish you later in life for reminding you of the things that you've missed. Because we always do it. We glorify that which we don't have. And so if you follow the other path, and I'm being so vague, but if you follow the other path and wander along the routes of your inclination and your passion, you may find amazing and fascinating ways of life and fulfillment, but at what cost I cannot suggest to you. But I just want to tell you that you don't have to follow where your more biological self is telling you to go. Ooh, I like that. If I do say so myself, the more biological self, because that's what it really is. It's as I hint at in my videos a lot, there's a great conspiracy going on throughout our lives. Our entire edifice of biology is a construct to get us to live our lives in a certain pattern that will allow our genes to be propagated into the next generation in the greatest number. It's a simple formula, and if we heed that call, we will be rewarded by our bodies, and yet we do not have to. And if you do not, and you follow another path, just be aware that there'll be consequences later. In either case, there's consequences. So do the path that well, I won't even say that. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just simply say this observation and leave you to think about it. You young people on the cusp of life, of adult life, with decades, possibly decades of living ahead of you. Consider carefully the choices that you make now, and the result will be in proportion to your courage and or resignation. Take care. Bye-bye.